Hi. So today I will be discussing with you like what are careers in embedded system, what is embedded system, what all opportunities are there with this embedded system, and how you can become an embedded system engineer. So I will give you a total clarity because somehow I also switched my career from a different domain to embedded systems and what benefits I am getting. Okay. So first, let's start. What is embedded system? What exactly we do as an embedded engineer, where we work. Okay. So first thing I would say, like, try to think of anything, like anything that you use in your day to day life. Let's say mobile. So it has a firmware, means the software part, hardware part. This comes under embedded. Fridge, washing machine, I think I should not go on writing it because it's a long list. Anything that's has some electricity, that uses battery, that uses has any sort of interaction, from microwave, fridge, washing machine, which has some functionality, which have some button in it, your basic TV remote, anything you see in today's world which has some battery and some function is a part of embedded systems. Okay. So now it's like I am telling you something very basic, right? So what actually is a role of an embedded engineer, I should specify. So I will say, like, uh, let's take an example of, let's say, a mobile phone, which most of us are familiar with. Okay. So in a mobile, like, there is a normal mobile phone where you have a keypad lock, right? Now it's a touchscreen phone. You have a keypad lock. Tomorrow, the company says we want to introduce an fingerprint sensor lock. So this fingerprint sensor is a hardware, a camera, from where we need to read the fingerprint data, analyze it, and do some work. So this operation in a mobile phone, in which it involves a hardware connection, analyzing the data, and doing something with the data, it all comes under your embedded system. Sorry, your embedded system. Now, the hardware part is what we call as core embedded, and there is a software part where we write a software to analyze. We call it as the software part, or we can say the firmware part. Okay. So and then there are IC level, like, some IC, if you see, we call as Intel IC. Or nowadays, like, you have heard about Snapdragon. So what is Snapdragon? It's a processor. So on then there are companies like Qualcomm which are developing the processor. So that processor is a part of embedded, where VLSI, system developer work. So I can say, so we can say in a broad manner, embedded can have hardware and software. In hardware, you have VLSI, chip design, circuit design, software, firmware development, application developer, and also you can say as a OS developer. Then there is, uh, that is a we call is a the driver developer. So what are all these things? So hardware, as some, you want a camera. So that camera has a hardware, so somebody will be developing the hardware, somebody will be developing the IC that will be placed in the camera module, then the circuit of the camera. Similarly, the how the camera will interact with the mobile phone, or with like a webcam, how you connect a webcam over a USB and it connects to the USB and shares your image to the laptop or computer, right? So it has a software in it which interacts with the computer operating system, Windows system, and gives you the image. So for that we have a firmware in it and an application. What is the application? Like the camera functionality is an application. Okay, clicking the image, recording a video is an application of the camera. Now there, if required, there will be an OS or not, but there has to be a driver. When you install, some driver gets installed. That's how you get your camera connected to your system. So in a whole, everything that interacts is a part of embedded. Now in India, mostly we work in the software domain, where there is a lot of engineer working under application and firmware development. There are many engineers which are working on OS and drivers. Now also there are engineers that are working in VLSI and chip design, and also circuit development. But this segment is less and this segment is more. As the software part is more, I could say. Okay, so this is whole thing about embedded. It's consists of software and hardware. If you are a software developer in embedded, you need to have idea on the hardware also. Otherwise it's very difficult to develop a fully grown application or work in an fully grown company for a product. Now let's come to the next thing, that is what all opportunities we have in embedded systems. So now opportunities in embedded systems. Now, so to go into opportunities, we first need to we will go via which companies are there, salary we get, work we do, and the most common thing is work life balance. Okay, so one by one we will go into it. First, company. So I have prepared one list of the companies that work in embedded. So you can see the list is quite long. So it's around 5 600, it's like 567 companies are there that works in embedded systems. Okay, so I will just zoom it and show you some of the name. uh, let's see, many of us are know like Bosch. Robert Bosch is a renowned company. Then you have where we have Philips in it. Oracle is there. Then I think NXP Semiconductor it itself manufacture. Then Nokia Siemens is a company. Then Mindtree is a good company, also in semiconductor devices. Microchip is a very also a renowned company. Now we all know about Intel. I think yeah. So we have Infineon. Then we know that there are companies called Intel. So I haven't listed them because they are always known to everybody. Now there are Hyundai in automotive, you can know. Then Harmer. So the list goes on. Okay, so there are a lot of companies that work in semiconductor technologies and also on core embedded systems, where they hire people for embedded developments and embedded developers. So we can go to Google and let's search simply companies in embedded systems. Okay, so just going to the images to give you a quick glance at which companies are there in embedded systems. Okay, so let's see. First let's take a look at it. So as I told you that you see there, embedded system is everywhere in your industry like automotive or in aerospace, from broadcasting, digital signature, music system, printer, car, mobile phone, smartphones, camera, anywhere there is embedded system. Now let's see which companies are there. Able to see it. So you have Huawei, you have Bosch, Qualcomm, IBM, Cisco, AMD, Infineon, Intel, NXP, then Cisco, Broadcom. There are a lot of companies. There are renowned companies in embedded like Google, IBM. They're providing cloud services, hardware, software providers. So these are companies that are working embedded security markets. Now, in embedded, you see that there are a lot of mobile phone manufacturers, automotive manufacturers, and there are a lot of other companies that you never hear about. Like if you go to a petrol pump, that is also a digital thing, right? Then you see your payment system. You tap your card and the payment get like you can pay using the card machines, right? So the card machine itself is an embedded product. Okay, so these all things are a part of embedded system. So the size is very big, the market is very large. There are a lot of companies that are working in embedded domain, because anything nowadays is electronics, whether it's a mobile phone, whether you want to buy anything, sell anything, you want to eat, dine, you want to sleep good, AC, anything you see is an embedded product of embedded system. Okay, so there are a lot of companies there, so no need to worry about companies. So I think this part is quite clear. So I can write 520, sorry, let's say close to 600 companies. That's only in embedded domain. Okay. Now let's focus on salary. So this salary part is quite critical. Okay. So I would say if you just go to Google and search the salary. So I got it on this ambition box where people mostly, so they say it's an average 6.5 LPA. Okay, salary which is getting lowest is 2 lakh and highest is 10 lakh. I think it's based on the average year of experience. So they are writing here, let's see, in research and development 6.9 lakhs. So okay, so I haven't made any such slides for it. I want to show you the realistic. There is nothing made up, it's all available over the internet. So you can see the average salary is somewhere around 6 to 5 to 6 lakhs, okay, in India. So now I will give you a brief idea. The salary basically depends upon your location, where you are located. So if you are in Bangalore and you are a fresher, one, okay, let me just write 0 to 1 year of experience, then you can assume you can get somewhere around 6.5 to 8 LPA. If you are good, you can manage 8 LPA, or a basic package is 6 lakhs in Bangalore, you can get it. Now, as you grow more, then you can, it's not like that in next year you will get 9 lakhs, then next year 10 lakhs. It can be like for 0 to 1 it's 6 lakh, for maybe for 2 to 3 years it's, I could say, 8 to 10 lakhs. But jumps come when you are in a range of 4 to 5 years. It can be in the range of, let's say, 15 to 22 LPA. And if it is more like 6 to 9 years, it could range from 20 LPA to somewhere around 30 LPA. So salary range is also quite good. Okay, so there is no question about the salary range. You get good hikes, as I told you, right? There are a lot of big companies which are there in the market, and they give a good salary. Take a scenario like in COVID, lot of companies and lot of people lost their jobs. But you see, on the other hand, in embedded system, there is, if you see in the medical side, there are a lot of requirement of medicine, there is a lot of requirement of new instrument. So you could have seen now everybody wants to know their oxygen level in their body. So there is a oxygen meter that has been sold in a quite huge manner. So this also comes from your embedded systems, right? Like I hope you all know this one, right? This image, I think everybody knows. So this oximeter, so this all came to us during pandemic and during COVID. So this is where the oximeter is being developed, and it's a part of embedded systems, right? The company who is developing needs embedded engineers to develop this product. So I hope salary wise it's also clear. So I could like good salary. Now let's talk about work. So if you are a software developer, then you get to write code. You have to write code, test it on the kit, and then you give it to production. It's a simple software job, but there is only one catch. You need to test it on the real hardware. So normally what happens? You have a computer, you write the software and you run it on the computer itself, right? But here you have a computer, you write a code and you put it inside some chip and then see some LED indication or something, and then you again give this to production where this will go to the market. So here one benefit is you actually work on a product. So you cannot say that you have written a software and you don't want to test it on a product. Like you are selling a mobile, so you have to write the software for the mobile and test it on the mobile phone. So it's practically you are doing that thing. So if you are making a software for a washing machine, then you actually has to test it on a washing machine. So washing machine will get command from you. You give a start command, it will start, it will run for the 10 minutes. If you configure it for 20 minutes, it will run for the 20 minutes. Like that it will be working. So work wise, there is, I could say, software plus hardware. And one thing is there, work from, okay, I will cover it in next, work life balance. Okay, so now let's see in work life balance. So as I told you, there is software and hardware both involved. So here you have to be in office for most of the companies, but you there are companies which also give you work from home. Okay, so these facilities are also available. But whoever is working for office, I would say the work is not so hectic, but it will be like 8 hours of work. I could say 8 hours in work. That's decent anywhere in India. So you work for 8 hours, then it's quite good. And most of the company have 5 days working and 2 holidays in a week. So that's also a good benefit of working in embedded. So now, how to become an embedded engineer? So I have clarified what it is. Then I have given good salary plus good work. So how to become an embedded engineer? Okay. So okay, one thing I missed. So first you start as a fresher, then you move to senior, then you move to lead, and at the end as a manager. Okay, in the embedded field. And here your salary is somewhere around 8, here around let's say around 15, lead above 25 plus, manager 30 plus. Okay, and like that senior manager and all, I don't know much, but I don't want to speculate much, but it can go about 50 lpa also. I have seen some manager who are managing big portfolios in aerospace, like in for the airlines. They are working, they are making the embedded systems, guided systems for airlines, so they are getting a huge lot of salaries in there, right? So okay, so a lot of thing about what, how much money you get. Now let's see how to become an embedded developer, right? That's also a very interesting thing. So and also before that, let's cover this one: who can become an embedded engineer? So first thing, in if to become an embedded engineer, you at least need a degree in engineering. So it can be a btech, b diploma. At least you need a technical degree to start your career in an embedded engineering. That's what I know. Okay, maybe somebody can say that he can do it with BSc also. I have seen. Okay, so just let me write. So BSc in physics, I have seen. Then at least you need to give MTech. Sorry, you need to do your masters in embedded. Okay, so via BTech B and diploma engineers can do. For BSc physics, I have seen masters and embedded. Okay, so that's what we know. So now see how you start. So anybody, first thing is you should have a technical degree. So if you are doing a BTech, your stream can be electrical engineering. ECE is the most favorable department, or it can be triple E, electrical and electronic engineering. And even I have seen people from mechanical background, also from software like CS, sorry, CS, software computer science. So you can be from electrical, ECE, triple E, mechanical, or CSE, we can say. So computer science people can also come into this development and in embedded systems. Now for BScs, what I know is you can have physics honors and then get some degree with embedded. Why physics honors? Because it involves your diodes and semiconductors and transistors, all are there, right? So for that you need it. Now that's how we cover this context, like who can become an embedded engineer. So now let's talk about this one, how to become an embedded engineer. That's the most important question, I know. So first thing, you need to learn C coding. Okay, first step, first step, learn C. Okay, so how you learn C? You take a book, start learning. Simple. Or, and when you want to practice, just go to Google. This is how I did. Okay, so just go and write C compiler. So online C compiler is here. So you can just write your code, run it, and try it. Then what? Next step, learn C. 2, buy development boards. Let's say, and by this I mean only STM32 or NX, sorry, NXP type. So best is this STM32 one. I used STM32 F401 RE board for my personal development. So you have to go and buy this. So let me just show you what it is. STM32 Nucleo board. So these are the STM boards. Let me just open one. So in Amazon, you can see. So these are the development board, Nucleo board. So you can buy and start your development on this board. So there are a lot of tutorials available for how to start the development on this board. Anyways, I will also put some videos on how to start your development with a STM boards. Okay. So the next thing is having your own, sorry, STM board. Then third thing is learn the basics of all memory. This is means what is RAM, what is ROM, what is EPROM. Okay, learn everything. This is very important. Fourth thing is learn and practice I to C SPI UR USB. These are the basic protocol that is used in all embedded systems. Learn this, practice this. You need to buy some IC for this. So buy IC, like buy IC. So these all things you need to do. And fifth is do your own project. So you can do any project, like you make a small on off LED on off project, or any connector, what do you call, you connect a display to it and show something. So do your own project. And sixth is start interview practice. That's it. These six steps will make you a good embedded developer. C is the basic. You cannot skip this. I have to learn C from the depths. Like I would say, I have to know the pointers. Okay, learn. I would say in first learn. Sorry, learn C, pointers, array, and what you call that, functions. So pointers mean all type of pointer, function pointer, array pointers, memory, everything. Then array is the basic thing that you will be using, functions, and then your we can say structures, union. So these all things you need to learn, okay, to become an embedded developer. So I hope this is clear. And everything which I have told is already available over the internet. So if you want to know how I became an embedded developer and which company I am working, you can comment it. I can explain you my journey, but this is basically what you can do to have your career in embedded systems. Okay. Thank you.